Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Larry H. Miller Field here at the campus of Brigham Young University. The third of our 4 games today pits the top seed Maple Mountain against the Viewmont Vikings in a 1-9 matchup. The winner to move on to the second round. With my broadcast partner Wilson Gustafson and Alexander Timlin joining you here from Larry H. Miller Field. Excuse me, here at the campus of Brigham Young University. Let's check the starting lineups presented by Tab Bank here real quick before we jump into tonight's game. The Viewmont Vikings line up like this. At first base and leading off is Beckham Smith. Second batting in the order will be third baseman Elias Cooley. He'll be followed by center fielder Kay Marriott. And then Boston Williams, the Jordan transfer, will be playing at second base. He will be batting cleanup. Aiden Groves in right field bats 5th. Kimball Essig is the DH. He bats 6th. James Peterson, the catcher, 7th. Jack Owen, the starting pitcher, 8th. And Spencer Reese rounds out the order. And they have a very tall order ahead of them today. They are going to be facing off against one of the best pitchers in the state in Chase Johnston. We saw this guy last year doing work, a shove job against Brighton in the finals in game 1. 4 innings, he threw 100 pitches, but he struck out 7 batters. And this year, he's even better. 10-0, 98 strikeouts total this season for Chase Johnston. And Wilson, let me tell you, Maple Mountain comes into this game 25-1 on the season.
Woo!
And let me tell you, when you got Chase Johnston on the mound, you got a pretty good problem on your hands if your head coach Jeremy Thomas over there in his 4th year. I mean, 25-1, but they just absolutely dominated Skyline in that Super Regional. 28-2 in those 2 games.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and that's genuine domination right here, and I expect to see more of that today. Chase Johnson obviously is certified stud for sure. He's going to be out here dealing. We're going to see what he'll be able to do here today. Looking forward to it.
Chase Johnston comes set. Beckham Smith in the batter's box. First pitch. Gunned in there for a strike, and we're underway. And hopefully you all caught your breath after that. After that last epic game between Orem and Salem Hills that went all the way down to the wire.
And that Maple Mountain bench is rowdy. They're making some noise over there. Making themselves known right from the get-go. Early 2-0 count here. Johnson doing a great job getting ahead in the count. Lefty-lefty matchup here.
0-2 the count and the pitch. Got him looking, strike 3.
That's pretty. 3 up, 3 down, just like that.
I mean, you can't get any better than that.
I get a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of that today.
That's the 99th strikeout on the season for Chase Johnston.
Woo!
He is 10-0 this season for the Golden Eagles. His next pitch is fouled right back to the screen.
I mean, there's nothing that hitters fear more than a hard-throwing lefty.
And he certainly does, but this one is bulleted in all right for a base hit. That's the way to answer the strikeout. And it is Elias Cooley who's on to start proceedings this afternoon for Viewmont after the 3 up and 3 gone for Chase Johnston on the first batter of the game.
Great work there putting the ball on the play. You always have to do what you got to do when you're facing a lefty like this. But on being able to take that ball the opposite way, poking it right there between first and second baseman, that's some great work there.
Next pitch on the way is a strike, wouldn't you know, from Chase Johnston. Runner on first. And that pitch is just off the black there. Ball and a strike. The wind's starting to pick back up here. It's just past 6 o'clock your local time here in Provo, Utah. Alexander Timolip and Wilson Gustafson. That one also off the black. 2 balls and a strike. And let me tell you, for a lefty and for a high school pitcher, Wilson, you could tell Chase Johnston throws hard.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can just tell. Like, we've seen a lot of pitching today so far. A lot of really good pitchers. But with Jason, just something like a little bit different. Whether it's from like the sound hitting the catcher's glove, the velocity, right? You can see the rise from his four-seamer a little bit. It's just got some rise. It's just something you don't see often.
Like that right there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, he throws. I mean, he's got to be. Excuse me. He's got to be throwing mid-80s. I mean, for a high school senior, that's unheard of. And that's why he's so good. 2 balls and 2 strikes the pitch. Come on! Second strikeout already for Chase Johnston. Remember, he had 7 in the Game 1 win last year through 100 pitches in that first game against the Brighton Bengals, and he really did his job to hold down that powerful offense.
Well, now something, too, that you can't forget. Part of the pitching is such a mental game, right? And when you've got a guy who's throwing the ball really hard, it makes any sort of off-speed pitch like hit that much more because you're waiting. You're trying to time up the fastball, trying to time it up, and then next thing that changeup or that curveball catch you off guard, and you're sending yourself back to the dugout.
Boston Williams now stands in. He'll be followed by Aiden Groves, the right fielder. Here's the pitch. Line to right, foul. A little bit late on that one.
Mm-hmm.
No balls and 2 strikes here. Our last game was an epic one. Salem Hills, Orem, that went down to the wire. The Tigers winning that 11-9 on the 2-run walk-off home run by Tannen Kaava. Here it's 0-2, 2 out for Chase Johnston. The pitch. Ground ball to third. And it gets through the third baseman. Throw it to first. Hops past the first baseman. That's going to be trouble. Winding his way to second and to third goes Cooley. Williams puts the brakes on over at first. And a bad break for Maple Mountain.
Yeah, that really is a tough break right there. That's a throw that you might just want to eat. You might not want to let that thing go if you bobble it and you see the guy's going to make it.
It was Cy Chrisman who couldn't handle the bounder from Jeremiah Hall. But Chase Johnston goes right back to work and pours in a strike. We may be in for another crazy game here. We already had one. 0-1. Strike 2.
Good pitch coming right back at him.
So Chase Johnston trying to strike out the side to begin proceedings here this afternoon, or this early evening. Beautiful evening here in Provo. On the first day of the 5A Baseball Championships. 0-2 pitch. Aloha.
Way behind it.
Struck out the side. Chase Johnston strikeouts 99, 100, and 101. They strand runners at the corners, does Viewmont, and now it's Maple Mountain's turn. They're coming to bat, bottom of the first. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. It's time to see the starting pitcher now for the Viewmont Vikings this afternoon. After we view the Maple Mountain starting lineup, catcher A.J. Thomas bats leadoff. Cole Erickson in right field bats second. Cy Chrisman, the leading home run hitter in the state, 17 home runs. He bats third. Mick Winward, the left fielder, bats fourth. Cleanup in the order. Reese Johnson, the DH, is fifth. Jeremiah Hall is at third. He bats sixth. Starter Chase Johnston is batting seventh. Sawyer Leifson is batting eighth. And Hayden Hyatt bats ninth, rounding out the order. They will all face Jack Owen, the number 1 for the Viewmont Vikings. And Wilson, we keep talking and harping about it. A lot of experience looking at this Maple Mountain lineup. A lot of returners from last year, especially Cy Chrisman. 17 home runs, the most in the state of Utah this year. There is power and experience up and down this entire lineup for Jeremy Thomas.
Oh, absolutely. And that's really not shocking, honestly. Like, they've been doing this all year, and it's expected that they're going to continue. Obviously, right, Cy Chrisman, a major threat to any lineup, but that's the thing is, like, the depth that Maple Mountain has makes it tough to pitch around anyone, right? Because if you try and pitch around Cy, right, maybe don't give him something to hit, then you've got Mick Winward coming up right after him, right? So you got to pitch to everyone, because you can't. There's no free walks. There's no free takes on this in this lineup right here.
So here comes the catcher, A.J. Thomas, to lead off. Again, a lot of experience for Jeremy Thomas on this roster. And they will all face Jack Owen, who's got a tall task ahead of him as our home plate umpire is trying to get people back into the dugout, make sure no one gets hit. Don't want to see anybody else get hurt.
Maple Mountain's still getting rowdy over there from their dugout.
Viewmont is too. I mean, that pitch misses off the corner, ball one.
Looked pretty good. Umpire says it was just a little outside.
But then again, we're not umpires. They don't pay us to do that.
So true.
They don't pay us to be umpires. They pay us to speak, and we don't do it very well. Well, I don't anyway. That one's picked off the black again. 2 balls and no strikes.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself, man. 2-0 count here for Thomas. Expect he's going to be swinging away here looking for a strike.
2-0 pitch coming from Jack Owen. That is right down the middle and at the letters for a strike.
Good pitch there, just a touch over the outside corner. Not a bad take per se.
Another pitch. That's in there. Beautiful off-speeder right there. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man, A.J. Thomas.
There's nothing right over the heart of the plate. Great job getting back into the count here to bring it up to 2-2.
Outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes, so the count goes full.
It can do a lot of damage if you can get the starter to up his pitch count early. Especially in the first couple innings like this, if you can bring a lot of at-bats to full counts, it can do a lot of damage.
That's a check throw down to first. They'll get the official out there, but the first strikeout of the day belongs to Jack Owen for the Viewmont Vikings. Here comes Cole Erickson, and now I want to remind people, of course, that Wilson, you brought up the fact that you cannot pitch around most of the people on this order. Max Walker, who led the team in home runs last year, he got pitched around 5 times against Brighton last year in the final. So, and as Owen pours that one in for a strike at the knees, that just proves the point. Even if you walk Max Walker or somebody like Cy Crispin 5 times, there's no guarantee it's going to work.
Because then all of a sudden you're just setting or giving base runners to the guys behind him.
0-1 pitch. That one's high and in. A ball and a strike. It's part of what makes this Maple Mountain team just so dangerous power-wise up and down the lineup. We said that matchup between Maple Mountain and Brighton was the pitching against the hitting. Hitting prevailed that day. That one hits the black on the bottom corner for a strike. That was a wild game, too, at UVU, that game 1 that Ty and I called last year. 12 runs, only 7 hits.
Wow.
For Maple Mountain. So that tells you what kind of caution Brighton was throwing with in that game. It was a great game, though. A lot of offense either side, but Maple Mountain just able to scratch out a bit more offense in the end. 2-2 pitch. And that one's off the black.
That's one thing, too. It's really hard to win baseball games when you walk a lot of guys.
It is.
So in a game like that, you got to be able to bring it to him and command the strike zone.
Yeah, 17 walks issued by Brighton against Maple Mountain last year in that game 1. That was really the difference. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Picked up. Throw over to first. In time, and there's 2 out.
Smooth play over there at short. Rolling over to his right. Can always be a little bit tricky, but makes the throw on the run.
So Cal Miller over to Beckham Smith, 6-3 put out, and here comes the dangerous Cy Crispin again. 17 home runs this year, leads 5A in home runs, leads the entire state of Utah with 17 home runs. And he is a big man with a lot of power to all fields. Owen better walk with caution here. First pitch. And right on cue.
I expect you're going to see a lot of pitches low and away. You don't want to give this guy anything inside, and especially nothing up in the zone that he can elevate.
Mick Windward, the left fielder, stands on deck. 1-0 pitch. Now one is away. 2-0. So right on cue, going low one time and then away the next. Trying to change the eye level of the senior Cy Crispin. Maple Mountain trying to go for back-to-back state titles. Opening their title defense here tonight. 2-0 pitch. And again, it's outside 3-0. And now extreme caution needed here.
Sai's got to have the green light here for sure.
You would think.
Outfielders playing back especially deep.
Yeah, they're almost really to the top of the warning track out there as Chrisman swings and misses at that one. Good string pull there by Jack Owen on the changeup. And Chrisman has a bit of a stare down with Owen on the mound. Doesn't look like he liked that. What a call there. 3-1 pitch. This one is a check swing down the line foul.
I almost wonder what would have happened if he could have extended that one. Because he just barely went foul. He gets around on that.
If he gets around on that stinking thing, that ball is probably out on a University Parkway near the Marriott Center. That thing was not coming back by a mile and a half if he caught that.
Yeah, it's one of those misses where he just went up in the zone, and that's dangerous against a guy like Chrisman.
3-2 on the way. Just like that. That one is way foul into the tree.
Bouncing into the stadium parking lot.
Hey, that bounced into Lavelle Edwards Stadium. I think the ghosts of Lavelle Edwards Stadium got woken up by how loud that was. Holy cow. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball down the line. That is just foul.
Maybe a foot shy of the line.
Good word.
Chrisman putting on a show here with 2 foul balls.
Goodness. There's a lot of chatter down there after that foul ball.
I mean,
he has to get the next one, right?
Alex,
it stands to reason.
Alex, I don't know how caught up you are on slang, but I think we call this aura. I don't know if you're feeling that, man.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm feeling right now with Chrisman stepping back into the box.
Yes, but we're not supposed to use that. We're broadcasters. We're supposed to be neutral. Come on now. 3-2 pitch. Liner into center field and having some trouble tracking it, but putting up the glove to make the squeeze is Caden Marriott. Good grief.
Escaping.
That ends the inning. Whew. That was fun. As Cy Crispin just missed a couple of home runs on that one, but Viewmont gets out of the inning scoreless. We'll be back after this.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
We go here at BYU and the Larry H. Miller Field here on the campus of Brigham Young here in Provo. Alexander Tumalip alongside my broadcast partner, Wilson Gustafson. Oh boy, have we been having some fun today. Tab Bank is the proud sponsor of the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of high school baseball. The Tab Spending Rewards checking account with 3.5 APY on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Make it a pretty big deal. Tab Bank is the proud sponsor of the Rewind Sports Network. Chase Johnston back to work, top of the second inning as he hits the corner on the bottom for a strike. And both of these pitchers coming out strong here to open the game this afternoon. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him.
Seems to be a bit of a reoccurring theme here so far. Chase working on the wind-up.
You think?
And there he goes.
In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Now playing for 20, James Peterson.
The fourth strikeout already for Chase Johnston, and we barely played an inning and a half. He's now got 102 on the season, as this one is smoked to the screen foul. And I would think at this point, Wilson, during this game, I mean, you have to be thinking, if you're Viewmont, any kind of traffic against Chase Johnston would be a win.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're just trying to make contact. You're trying to hit what he's got. Anything you can put into fair territory really is a win. And we saw, I mean, their hitters did a good job of that last inning, right? Put a couple balls in the play, able to sneak a couple into the outfield, almost put up a run there.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
There it is. That off speed gets deadly when you're doing so much to try and time up the fastball. Little curveball right there, low and away. I mean, that's a killer right there.
5 batters, 5 strikeouts for Chase Johnston. He is smoking. First pitch on the way is high and away, ball 1 to the 8th man in the order, Jack Owen. Pitcher against pitcher here. 1-0 pitch. Same result. Swing and a miss. The only base runner to reach was Cade Marriott and then Boston Williams. Those were the only 2 base runners to reach. This one is lifted in the air, though. Deep left field. Back to the track. It's off the wall. Trotting around second, speeding his way around for third is Owen. The throw to the third base bag is not in time. A 2-out triple for the pitcher of all people, helping his cause.
He lifted that ball.
I mean, you
to
talk
left
about
field.
just launched to left field. That thing jumped.
That's one thing, too. When you have a pitcher thrown with a lot of velocity like Johnston, when you are able to barrel up a ball, it doesn't take a lot of power to launch that ball far, just like we just saw. That wasn't a crazy hard swing, but just barreled it up, good contact, and it's going to go.
So now here steps Spencer Reese, the left fielder, with the pinch runner, Jamison Cosper, standing at third in the place of Jack Owen, and wouldn't you guess, a swing and a miss. You just get the feeling, though, we are headed for a pitcher's duel here this afternoon. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. Nope. Got ahead of myself there. Apologies. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 strikeouts already for Chase Johnston. All 5 of his outs have been strikeouts.
Sometimes you got to do the dirty work yourself. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
That one is foul tipped right into the catcher's mitt. If Viewmont is able to get on the scoreboard here, that would be huge.
Now, I know that wins and losses aren't the most telling pitcher statistic, but there is something to be said about the fact that Maple Mountain doesn't lose when Chase Johnston pitches.
Yeah,
They just don't.
They just don't. I mean, as he leads that one up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, there's a reason he's 10-0 this year.
Mm-hmm.
With now 103 strikeouts on his ledger.
You can talk about ERA, whip, whatever you want to call it, but ultimately they don't lose with him on the
Got
mound.
him swinging again. Strike 3. 6 outs, all Ks for Chase Johnston. As we go to the bottom of inning number 2, Maple Mountain trying to scratch across the first run of the game. They leave Viewmont stranded at third. Back after this. Well, Jack Owen helping his cause with the triple, but then Chase Johnston shutting the door with his 6th strikeout of the game. Through 2 innings, by the way. Alexander Timolip with Wilson Gustafson here at the Cy and Betty Kimball broadcast booth at Brigham Young University. I mean, Wilson, what can you say about these 2 pitchers so far? I mean, they are getting it done on both ends.
I mean, we talked a lot about Chase Johnston, right? But I mean, we've got to give credit to Owen as well. He's been pitching very well. He hit a couple of snags early on, but was able to work himself out of a jam, and ultimately, he's been able to handle, he handled Crispin very well. 1, 2, 3 inning last time. Hopefully, he can keep up that performance because Viewmont is going to need it.
You probably would have to think, Wilson, that if they can get a clean inning like that from their pitching staff, especially from Owen, I mean, that in and of itself, would be a huge win for them, as this one's up and in ball 1.
Oh, absolutely. Like, for Viewmont, I mean, they're facing the best team in the tournament right now. If they can find a way to knock them off early and set themselves up for a really nice bracket, that does them a lot of favors later on in this tournament.
We saw what happened with AF last year, won their first game in a pitcher's duel, but then lost their next 2 games. Lost to Lehigh in the second round and then got knocked out by old rival Riverton. So, like we said, none of the seeding is guaranteed in any of the classifications in 5A or 6A. Here's Jack Owens' 2-0 pitch, and it's high and inside ball 3, and so he starts off the second inning with a 3-ball count. To the leadoff man in the order, Mick Winward. 4-5-6 to start the second inning. Taking all the way, it's a strike. And it's 3-1.
Good for Owen for battling back here. You really do not want to start off with a leadoff walk coming up on the heart of the order.
Wind is still blowing from the back of the press box towards right field. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Cleanly picked up. Throw over to first in time, and there's one away here. Score at 6-3 on the putout from Cal Miller to the shortstop over to the first baseman Beckham Smith. And 4 up, 4 down. Good start for Jack Owen, who had that triple in the second inning, but Chase Johnston once again shutting the door.
Sure, Jack Owen really trying to do a lot here this game, doing everything he can to give Viewmont the dub tonight.
Reese Johnson, the DH, now stands in. That one hit him on the elbow pad.
Little off speed just clipped him, but looks like they called it right off the hands or off the barrel or off the handle.
Well, Jeremy Thomas is coming out because the home plate umpire said it was a hit batter, but then he called strike 1. So I would assume the reason why they called that is because the catcher caught the hit pitch. So that's why it's a strike. It did not hit the turf, so because the catcher caught it, that technically does go down as a foul ball.
I think it's more just because it hit off the handle.
Right. And he caught it too, so that technically counts as a strike. Owen, now that one definitely does hit him.
Got him that time, though.
Got him that time, though, and now here come, now that was a little bit of a beanball right there, I will say. Awful lot of velocity on that thing. And Jack Owen surrenders a base runner. And so up steps the third baseman, Jeremiah Hall. Tell you, that did look a bit of a beanball right there, but can't really tell from our vantage point here in the press box. First pitch on the way. That one catches the corner but doesn't get the call. Runner on first with 1 out. Maple Mountain still no hits in this game. Viewmont's already had 2. The single on the second hitter of the game, Elias Cooley, and then the triple by Owen. 1-0 pitch. That one gets the call.
Great job painting the corner there. Keeping it outside, trying to keep it away. First time seeing how Owen's going to be able to handle runners on base here.
1-1 pitch coming from Owen. Strike 2. Beautiful pitch right on the corner.
Still working that outside edge. Not giving Hall much to work with here.
Not giving any of the hitters really much to work with so far. The pitcher, Chase Johnston, by the way, stands on deck. To be followed by Sawyer Leifson and then Hayden Hyatt. The pitch. Ground ball off the end of the bat, foul. Now we'll do it again. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit. It is still a little bit windy. Not as windy as it was during our second game. The second game, the wind just died. But now it's starting to pick up here as we head towards the late part of the afternoon and into the early evening. 1-2 pitch. Caught him, looking, strike 3, throw down to second, is going to get into center field. But no harm, no foul.
That was almost a strike him out, throw him out right there. But a third great pitch, all 3 of them located right there over the outside corner of the plate. Great job by Owen.
That's the third strikeout for Jack Owen to go with his triple. He is absolutely doing some work here in the first inning and a half. That throw that, by the way, that went into center field does not technically go down as an error because the center fielder was able to get it and bring it back in quickly. So here's Chase Johnston now with a runner in scoring position and 2 out. So pitcher against pitcher right here. This should be fun. Throw back to second. Boy, that was close. Reese Johnson playing hide and seek back there with the shortstop Cal Miller, and Miller almost beat him to the bag.
Interesting turnaround move there. Always a little different. Trying to go back to second. Everyone kind of has their own style.
A look back at second, and the pitch is a strike on the outer half. Boy, these pitchers are zeroed in to start this game. And what makes it more amazing, Wilson, is that Maple Mountain has no hits.
It's true.
Amazingly, they have no hits.
None through 2 right now. Owen working the outside edges really nicely.
There goes Johnson, back up the middle, base hit! There's the first hit of the game! Johnson will come around and score! It is 1-0 Maple Mountain!
Pitchers doing everything they can in this game to help out their teammates. Johnston finding a way to get an RBI here. Great piece of hitting right up the middle there.
The first base hit of the game for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. And it comes from the pitcher of all people. So both pitchers now have a hit. Johnston, though, has the RBI, and his 6 outs he's had so far as the pitcher are 6 strikeouts. Owen has 3 on his ledger.
Sometimes, man, you just got to do it yourself.
I guess you do.
Take matters into your own hands.
0-1 pitch. That's our first pitch, rather. That's down on the knees for a strike. You just do get the feeling, though, we're starting a pitcher's duel here this afternoon in this early part of the evening. Beautiful evening here in Provo. The shadow of the tarp starting to creep up along the infield. This one is grounded to third. Picked up cleanly. They go the short way for the force at second. And that ends the inning, but Johnston helps out his cause. 1 run on 1 base hit by Chase Johnston. And at the end of 2, the pitcher's duel begins. Maple Mountain leads 1-0 over Viewmont. Welcome back, everybody, to Larry H. Miller Field here at Brigham Young University. 1-0. Maple Mountain leads the Viewmont Vikings. Alexander Timolip alongside Wilson Gustafson. Wilson, amazing so far. A big contrast from our second game that we had. We have a pitcher's duel just beginning here. Chase Johnston, 6 strikeouts already, plus an RBI. And Jack Owen has 3 strikeouts, and he has a triple. I mean, the weird storylines just continue.
It's true. You love a guy who can do it all, right?
Right. I don't remember the last time, though, Wilson, I think I've had a game where that's been the case, where the pitchers are literally just doing everything themselves.
I mean, every once in a while, a team will have a guy who has a pitcher who can do it all, pitcher, 4-hole kind of guy, but it's unique to have both teams who can do that kind of thing. But it's what we're seeing today so far.
0-2 the count. Johnston going for his 7th strikeout in 7 batters. He had 98 coming into this game. He now has 104. Make it 105!
Another one. Oh, my.
7 batters, 7 strikeouts.
Now playing to Elias Cully.
Wow. I mean, this kid's from another planet.
He's really on
Seriously.
one right now.
Next pitch on the way. That swung on and missed. 7 strikeouts in the 8 batters he's faced. I said 7 and 7. It's actually 7 and 8. 105 now for his season. This one is tapped weakly in front of the mound. Johnston coming in, guns it to first. 1-3 put out. And there's 2 gone. That's the first out he's had that's not a strikeout today.
I was about to say, I'm almost disappointed they didn't strike him out. Just a ground out there.
But still, it's a play that he made. 1-3.
Always finds a way to get involved.
That's right.
You love a good ball hog.
Here comes Cade Marriott now. First pitch. Doesn't get the call this time. A little bit low and away, ball 1.
Johnson's been working the edges here pretty nicely. Doesn't quite get it there. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes there again.
This time he goes low and gets a swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts in 9 batters for Chase Johnston. He now has 105 strikeouts for the season. In addition to that, he has an RBI. No big deal. This one up high, 2-1. Remember, Wilson, he had 100 pitches last year in that game 1 in 4 innings, but he threw 7 strikeouts.
Whew.
This one is fouled off the hitter, Marriott. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Marriott's right on it there. Got a little bit of contact going. Wonder where Johnson's going to go. Is he going to try and go off speed or try and blow him away right here?
I vote the latter. You see?
There it is. Goes low and away. Sits him down.
Got him swinging, strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Chase Johnston on 10 batters he's faced. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Maple Mountain still up 1-0. Well, if you like defense and you like what you see out of pitching, you're going to love this game. Maple Mountain leads 1-0. Alexander Timberlake, Wilson Gustafson here. We keep harping on it, Wilson. Chase Johnston, 8 strikeouts in 10 batters. We know that Chase Johnston probably is going to win Deseret News Mr. Baseball. He's definitely going to win that. But what he's done this year, you have to say, he could very well win Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Utah in baseball. This is that kind of a season.
It's a lofty claim, but holy cow. Jason's making his case for it tonight. My goodness. Turning over here, though, Jack Owens not having a bad game himself either. Only 1 run here through 3.
Yeah, and he's only allowed 1 base hit. And he himself had a base hit in the 2nd inning. But
a triple at that.
But Viewmont's offense has got its work cut out for them. They got to find a way to crack through the seal that is Chase Johnston. So far, not able to do it. 1-0 pitch. That's right down the middle. Strike 1. Our last game of the night will be Cypress against Spanish Fork. We were originally scheduled to start at 7:30, but we will likely start that game close to 8 or 8:30, maybe even 9. That's no foul to the Orem against Salem Hills game we saw earlier, Wilson. That was an incredible game.
That was a fun one for
battle.
sure. Yeah, back and forth, lots of great offense, lots of hitting, not a lot of walks. Great one to watch.
Of course, capped off with that Taden Kaava 2-run walk-off home run as that pitch is low for ball 3. Hayden Hyatt and then A.J. Thomas and Cole Erickson. 9-1-2 the hitters to begin the 3rd for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, leading 1-0 here at Larry Miller Field. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. And the first base pass issue by either pitcher today belongs to Jack Owen.
Coming to the plate number 3, Cole Erickson.
And now here comes A.J. Thomas. The top of the order, Cole Erickson is in the batter's circle.
A.J. Thomas.
1 on with nobody out. Amazingly still, Maple Mountain has only 1 base hit, and that was the RBI single by Chase Johnston. Check throw back to first, and in time safely is Hayden Hyatt. Owen has a look back at first, and the pitch. This one is tap foul toward the backstop.
Owen doing a nice job of coming back here after that walk. Leadoff walk is never what you want to see, but all you can do there is try and bounce back, get yourself a double play. Trust your defense right here.
0-1 pitch. And a pitch out attempt trying to keep Hyatt honest over there at first base. Winner will play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Loser will play tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 p.m. 1-1 pitch. High fly ball foul. That one goes way over us.
Thomas a little late on that one. Not quite able to straighten it out. But with second base here in double play depth, there's a nice little gap there between first and second.
And also on the shortstop to third base side, there's a big gap right there as well. Here's the 1-2. They're trying to get him to go high, but he wouldn't bite. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reminder that if any ball hits the tarp here at Larry H. Miller Field, it'll be time for our Riverton Chevy Random Roof Ringer, where we break out a random fact about the game of baseball. That'll be coming up if a ball hits the roof. Ground ball to third, and late breaking on it was the third baseman. That's a base hit. Just the second hit of the day. And that puts runners on first and second now with nobody out.
Just managed to sneak it through there past that third baseman. Diving made a good effort, made a good play on it, but it wasn't quite enough with that high hop to get it through there to bring up first and second here.
Elias Culley looked like he got fooled by the bounce. And
yeah,
it went
kind of
right
an awkward
past him.
timing on that dive.
I was about to say, it kind of looked like it was an awkward bounce because it went right past him. He tried to go left, but then came back to the right. Now the infield really shifting in here. Probably preparing for a squeeze and go situation here.
Yeah, I was going to say, interesting time to try and bring the infield in here.
Just the second hit of the ball game, by the way, with the dangerous Cy Chrisman standing on deck. Bunt shown, and that ball is way in the dirt.
Looks like I'm going to be getting a little small ball here, trying to set things up for Chrisman.
I mean, if Chrisman gets up here, it's really danger Will Robinson at that point.
Erickson looking to set the table here.
He's showing bunt again on the 1-0 count. And that actually hit off of the handle. And he fouled it back to the backstop. That was a rocket. So a strike. So a ball and a strike to count now on Cole Erickson.
Yeah, tough call there with the ball coming in on him like that. Not a bad decision by Owen. That's a tough one to lay down. But Erickson went for it anyways.
1-1 the count. And again, Erickson showing a bunt. Now pulls it back and swings and misses, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And what a strikeout this would be for Jack Owen if he can get out of this little pickle.
It's true. 2 down. Got to swing away here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on base.
Couldn't get the bunt down.
1-0 the score. 1-2. Down low again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get him to chase. A big moment here this early in the ball game. We're about halfway through. But you have to feel that if Viewmont can't keep Maple Mountain off the scoreboard here, it's almost a death sentence. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the corner, doesn't get the call. Full count now.
Really don't want to miss here. Got to bring him your best pitch. Sure, an extra base hit could really open things up here for Maple Mountain.
3-2 the count. 2 runners on. Nobody out. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. They go the short way to third. They will not get the runner going to first. So score at 6-5 force. So F6-5, fielder's choice. And here comes Viewmont head coach Hunter Roybal out of the dugout.
I mean, you got yourself 1 right here. First and second, you could potentially get a double play, get another force at third, go 3-1. Lots of options here for sure to get yourself out of this jam.
Or the worst case scenario is Cy Chrisman, it's a home run.
Or that. Make it a 4-0 ball game. Sure, got to handle this one very delicately.
I mean, he had 2 foul balls. One was absolutely roasted, out past into LaVelle Edwards Stadium's parking lot. The other foul ball was just foul short of the Big 12 logo out there in left field.
You know, to me, this kind of feels like I remember 2023 in the ALCS, the Rangers were playing the Astros. And I'm a big Rangers fan. But I felt like every single time Yordan Alvarez came up to bat,
Oh, that's definitely danger.
I was worried. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm a Braves fan, and I was sweating anytime an Astro player came up because I knew how dangerous they were.
Mm-hmm.
No matter where they were in the order.
So there are just some guys who's like the moment they step into the box, you're just worried. Like any single pitch, he could take it out.
So here we go. Cy Chrisman stands in, 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 3 with 2 runners on. It is definitely danger Will Robinson here for Jack Owen. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and he was going for it right there.
Chrisman was a little late on that one. Didn't quite get around enough.
Looked like that was an off-speeder that just caught him off. And time called here by the hitter.
Chrisman taking his time, not looking too overwhelmed at all by the moment.
He's been here before. A lot of this Maple Mountain team has been here before. 0-1 pitch. And you can tell, really cautious here with Chrisman, down and away for ball 1.
Sure, I don't expect anything to go by Chrisman that's
No.
up and in.
No.
Or anything inside, honestly. You don't want to give him anything to pull. I mean, you saw what he did to those 2 foul balls.
Oh, yeah.
He was able to pull.
Yeah, you don't want to give him anything here that he can pull, or anything really anywhere close. 1-1 pitch coming. And he lifts this one in the air to right, not very far. Groves is under it. He'll make the catch. Tagging and going for third is Thomas. And there are now runners at the corners here for Maple Mountain with 2 out. And Cy Chrisman, shockingly, is 0 for 2 now on the day, as we're going to have a pinch runner here.
Yep, 2 flyouts. Just got a little bit under it. Wasn't quite there. Opposite field. Good job there by Jack Owen being able to pitch around this guy. Not give up anything too hard hit.
Caden Giles is the pinch runner now at third base for the catcher, A.J. Thomas. Meanwhile, at the plate is Mick Windward. Runners at the corners now with 2 out. And Maple Mountain leading 1-0, but they have threatened multiple times here in the first 3 innings. Here's the pitch. And that one is down and away as everybody will look like they were taken off. Looked like they had some phone calls to answer back there, and they needed to get to the phone faster than anyone else did. Which makes me use the question, just text somebody next time. don't run for this phone thing. 1-0 pitch. That one's on the corner, but I had to pick it up off the black. 2-0.
Just a hair outside there. Not a bad fastball, though. Not a bad miss. Hitters count, though, for Windward with runners at the corners.
2-0 count. You'd think he's definitely going to have the green light here. 2-0 pitch on the way. High pop-up on the infield. Look out. Where's this going? First baseman's coming in. He's got it. And makes the catch. Does Beckham Smith to retire the side. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles do not get anything out of this inning. They strand runners at the corners. They're still up 1-0, and Viewmont hanging around against the number 1 team in 5A. Now we bring you back into the tune of the Eagles playing over the loudspeakers here at Larry H. Miller Field. Alexander Timolip alongside Wilson Gustafson at the conclusion of this evening's game. Wilson and I will be selecting our choice for the Heidemann and Associate. Excuse me, the Tab Bank player of the game. I said Heidemann. Forget what I said there. I'm sorry, folks. Tab Bank player of the game. The player that was able to get his team out of every big deal that happened tonight. Just how like the new Tab Super Reward checking account gives you 3.5% APY and 1% cash back on all eligible purchases. Tab Bank is a proud member of the FDIC and a proud sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind. 4, 5, 6 here in the order for Viewmont to start the inning against Chase Johnston. And stop me if you heard this before, a swing and a miss. Johnston, 8 strikeouts on 10 batters faced. And Jack Owen, meanwhile, has been doing everything he can to hold Viewmont in the game. 0-1 pitch is lined into right, foul off the batting cage down there. And past Trent Allred, who was walking down there on the first base line.
Yep, Boston Williams, see what he can do here against Johnson's fastball. No one's been able to do much tonight. Not much.
2-strike pitch. Aloha. Make it 9 strikeouts for Chase Johnston.
Just like that.
At play number 27, Eden Groves.
They've been singing Aloha Oi to a lot of those hitters this afternoon. And they do it again there. First pitch on the way is a tip foul right into the catcher's mitt for a strike on Eden Groves. Only 2 hits all evening for the Viewmont Vikings. Just no answer for Chase Johnston. Another changeup, another swing and a miss.
Yeah, that off speed is deadly right there. Low in the zone. Just dropping away from the batter. That's really tough.
See if Johnston can get number 10. Did he go?
Ooh.
Peel down to first. No, he didn't. That was close, really close.
I mean, but that's a nice pitch on the corner, too. I'm surprised. I mean, he could have got another nod. Looked to be right there at the edge of the strike zone.
1-2 pitch. And this one into the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes, trying to get him to chase.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Johnson trying to go low and in there.
He's been mostly out over those corners and over the hands. 2-2 pitch. Aloha. 10 strikeouts for Johnston.
Another one down. This time,
Jeez.
couldn't catch up to the fastball right there. I mean, tough going change-up, fastball. It's a brutal sequence right there.
Now Kimball Essig comes up to bat. And he swings and misses again. By the way, Chase Johnston, if he strikes out Essig, he was one pitch away from an immaculate inning. That's crazy. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to first. And taking it to the bag himself and stepping on the bag is Cy Chrisman. And that ends the inning. As before, Viewmont goes Ekahi Elua Aloha in order in the top of the 4th. They're still down 1-0. And Chase Johnston still rolling here at Miller Field. Before we go, we remind you that the 5A Baseball Championship continues tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Join Kyle Garrison on the call for our first 2 elimination games of the day. Olympus takes on Salem Hills, and the loser of this one will face the loser of our nightcap games, Cypress and Spanish Fork. Both games are at 11 a.m. and just after 1:45 p.m. on your home for the UHSAA Baseball Championships, the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Want to bring you up to date, by the way, on the 6A baseball tournament. The defending champs Lehigh have already advanced to the winners bracket. So did Davis. And last we checked, American Fork was up 5-3 on the Bingham Miners as the Cavemen seek to hunt down vengeance after what happened last year at the hands of Lehigh and then Riverton getting knocked out after winning their opening game against the Syracuse Titans. Here, though, it's the first pitch. That is up at the letters for a strike. To the leadoff man in the order, Reese Johnson for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Reese got hit his last time up to bat. Going to see what he can do here, DHing.
This one is fouled off to the right and going over towards the temporary bleachers and actually sails into the bullpen.
A little behind on it here. Owen doing a good job of working this count down 0-2.
That one is in the dirt.
Got away from Owen there. Went right behind his head. About to have a back-to-back if I pitches on that one for for Johnson.
American Fork, by the way, advancing over Bingham 7-4. So the top seed advances in that one. 1-2 pitch coming from Owen. Goodbye. See you later. That's the 4th strikeout now for Jack Owen. And there's one out here in the bottom half of the 4th.
Now playing 22, Jeremiah
Hall stepping up to the plate here. Struck out his last at bat. Gonna see if he can get something started.
These two pitchers are just zeroed in.
It's true. Maple Mountains are looking for a little bit more insurance here than just that one run.
That has to be the danger, right, Wilson? I mean, it's a 1-0 game, but Chase Johnston can only go so long. I mean, he might be able to go 6 or 7 innings, but you're going to need a little bit more out of your offense at some point.
Well, it's true because you just want your pitcher to be able to breathe easy, right? You don't want, with one run, that's a lot of pressure that you got to maintain there. But if you can get your guy 2-3 runs, give him a little room to work with, let him be able to relax and pitch well, that's how you can let your guys go deeper and deeper into games.
2-0 the count here on Jeremiah Hall, the third baseman. That one is in at the corner for the strike.
Good job by Owen coming back here, finding that inside corner, not getting down 3-0.
2-1 the count, 1 out. 4 strikeouts for Jack Owen, 10 for Chase Johnston. This one is low and away, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. He's the only one, by the way, that has issued a free pass to any hitters this afternoon. Three one the count. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the right side, off the second baseman. And that's going to be a base hit. Just the 3rd hit of the afternoon for Maple Mountain, and on cue, Wilson, there's your base runner for the Golden Eagles, an important insurance run out there at first.
Yep, there it is right there. Tough play for the second baseman, going over to his right, diving, great effort, not quite able to hold it in. Great effort nonetheless, but that will be 1 on and 1 out here.
So here comes the pitcher, Chase Johnston, who has the only RBI of the afternoon. And he hears some chirps from his own dugout, has a little bit of a smirk. First pitch to him is on the corner for a strike.
Well located there.
And he is hitting those spots. Oh, and I mean, both pitchers are hitting their spots. It's flawless, at least so far. Incoming announcer's curse, I feel. 0-1 pitch. Liner down the line. That's a fair ball. Turning and running for third is Hall. Hall will be sent to the plate. Here comes the throw. And he is safe. The ball comes out of the glove.
That is one gutsy send by the third base coach. Almost wonder if it might have been a miscommunication. Worked out for him nonetheless. But if the catcher holds onto that ball, he's dead by a mile. Didn't almost like the catcher didn't even expect him to come in there. But nevertheless, he got under that tag, slid right in there. 2-0 Maple Mountain.
Chase Johnston has 10 strikeouts, and he now has 2 RBI singles. That's crazy.
Genuinely, sometimes you just got to find a guy who can do it all for you. Credit where credit is due, man. Chase Johnson's doing everything he can to win this baseball game.
2-0 Golden Eagles now. And this one down and away for ball 1. And at this point, up 2-0. I mean, I know there's still 3 innings to go, but if they can't find a way to break through Chase Johnston, I mean, this lead pretty much is a death sentence for Viewmont.
Well, and you got to remember, Chase Johnson's been pitching efficiently, too. Like, he does not have a lot of pitches through 4 innings. So if he can keep up this pace, he can easily throw a complete game here and shut down Viewmont if he keeps going.
We are watching a Gatorade Player of the Year performance here in Chase Johnston right now. This one off the black again, 2 balls and no strikes. And now Jack Owen just trying to hold it together. Trying to give his team something. I mean, they have just been completely shut down here this afternoon by the pitching of Chase Johnston. And then when it's not him pitching, it's him hitting the ball to score. This one is grounded through the right side. That's a base hit. Runner will turn and go for third. It is bobbled out there, and the throw goes over the head of the third baseman. And that's going to score a run from third. It's 3-0 Maple Mountain.
And that's really unfortunate right there. I mean, you've got to have someone backing up that third base throw, right? The play's not at home there. Pitcher's got to be right there backing him up. So you can give your right field the opportunity to try and gun that guy down without having to be perfect, because that's a really, really tough throw to make. Seen a little bit more, got to clean that up just a little bit there on the defensive side for Viewmont to make it a 3-0 ball game there. Great work, though. Great work putting that ball the opposite way.
And this one is starting to get away from the Vikings as we have a visit out to the mound. We do have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Vikings. And really, Wilson, it's hard to fault Jack Owen really for any of this, because I mean, this offense for Viewmont has just been not able to do anything against Chase Johnston. He struck out 10 of the 12 batters he faced, and then he chips in with 2 RBIs. I mean, it's hard to fault Jack Owen for what's going on right now.
Well, the thing is, like, he's not giving up a ton of hard contact, right? It's been a couple of singles, nothing too crazy, but it's honestly, we've got to give some credit to Maple Mountain's base running. They've been really aggressive and really on top of it, and Viewmont just hasn't been able to adjust defensively to this aggression, and for that, and to their credit, it's paid off. I mean, they put up 2 runs this inning strictly off of singles.
Yeah, and they haven't had, and that's the more amazing thing, is not only have they done it scrappy, they've also done it without any extra base hits.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 hits were singles. So now here comes Hayden Hyatt to the plate. Leadoff man A.J. Thomas stands on deck. Runner on second base, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike, as quickly gathering up and preparing to throw to third was the catcher, James Peterson. Three runs, just 5 hits for Maple Mountain, 1 error. Viewmont only 2 hits in this inning, or 2 hits in the game. Though they've had their chances, you cannot say that. They've had their chances against Chase Johnston. This is grounded back up the middle. Gloved by the second baseman. Throw over to first in time. They will not get the runner going to third. And so Leifson moves over to third base on the fielder's choice. Score at F4-3. And there are now 2 out here in the inning, and Jack Owen against A.J. Thomas here, Wilson. And if you're Jack Owen, you just got to get out of this inning.
No, it's true, right? I mean, you've got 2 down. You've already given up 2 runs. You're looking to just, like, trying to get something here on the ground, get yourself a ground out.
Or get a fly out, perhaps, as this one is drilled in the air to right, losing his hat, and trying to get there and misjudging the play is the right fielder, Groves. Leifson's going to score. Thomas gets to third. And the route is on. It is 4-0 Maple Mountain. An RBI triple for Thomas, the first extra base hit of the day.
And that's a tough play to make out there, but you can see, if you look at the that American flag out there in center field, the wind is pushing out to the right again, so it's easy to make that misadjustment on that fly ball. It looks like it just ate up that right fielder, which led to another RBI.
3 runs have come across to score in this inning on 4 base hits. First pitch on the way to Cole Erickson is out and away, ball 1, and Viewmont staring at a serious mountain to climb.
A Maple Mountain, one might say.
Yeah, seriously. They are staring down one serious mountain to climb now, down 4-0, and Chase Johnston still not very high with the pitch count.
This can go one of 2 ways. On the one hand, Johnston could be getting a really nice rest here, can come back out, refreshed, ready to go for this next inning, or maybe he's getting cold. Maybe they don't want to put him back out there. Who knows? We'll see.
There's a strike right down the heart of the plate, a much-needed one for Owen. Right-hander warming up in the bullpen right now for the Viewmont Vikings. And I suspect Owen might be pulled here after this inning if he's able to get out of it. Here's the 2-1. There's another strike right down the heart of the plate.
Yeah, not a ton of ride on that one. Just able to find a nice spot right there, a little bit inside. Right there over the heart of the plate, was able to sneak it by.
Raiden David is out there warming up in the bullpen. Right-hander, 2-2 pitch. Down low, ball 3. And the count goes full. And Wilson, the one thing you don't want to have here is you don't want to have a walk and continue the party.
Well, because you see he was on the on-deck circle over there, right? You got Cy Chrisman. You definitely don't want to see him up, especially with runners on.
The full count pitch. Line into center field, and that's going to drop in front of the center fielder. Throw back in, and it is 5-0 Maple Mountain. An RBI single.
Coming to plate for 12, Cy Chrisman.
An RBI single for Erickson. And here comes Hunter Roybal out of the dugout, and I think that's going to be it for Jack Owen.
That sun right now looks absolutely brutal for that center fielder.
That's twice now in 3 hits we've seen the outfielder struggle with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to do it for Jack Owen. He's done after 3 2/3 innings. He will be responsible for the runner on first. We have a new pitcher coming up. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. As Maple Mountain has blown it open, up 5-0. Well, it's all Maple Mountain here this afternoon here at BYU. Alexander Timop alongside Wilson Gustafson. Bodie Peterson is now in to pitch for the Viewmont Vikings. Jack Owen goes 3 2/3 strong. He did everything he could, but the Maple Mountain offense just too much. And Wilson, now if you're Bodie Peterson, it's really just hold down the fort as much as you can until your offense can get something going, because they've got a real hill to climb here in this last couple of innings.
No, it's true. And you got 2 outs here, right? So you're looking for something. Obviously, you want to try and pitch around Chrisman here. Don't want to give anything that he can hit or try and put into play. But at the same time, if you can get yourself a fly out, get yourself a ground out, that'd be huge. Get yourselves another chance to try and get back in this game.
Pitch for the Vikings, number 1, Caleb Buttle.
It's actually Caleb Buttle on the mound for the Viewmont Vikings, and now here comes Cy Chrisman. A state-leading 17 home runs, but he is 0 for 2 today.
We'll see what he can do here with the runner on first.
Peterson comes set now. First pitch is down the middle for a strike. I don't know if that's the spot you want from this point forward to leave a pitch.
I mean, anything in the strike zone feels like it's a threat here to Chrisman.
Oh,
but
dear. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Chrisman a little late on it there.
That's a shocker.
That's how it was his last couple at bats as well. Flied out to right his first time up.
See if Peterson can get out of this thing. 4 runs already plated here in this inning, and the damage already well and truly done. 0-2 pitch. And that gets away. Erickson's going to trot on down to second on what I believe is going to be scored a passed ball. Caleb Buttles just confirmed it is number 1, not number 7 on the mound. Caleb Buttle just trying to hold the fort for as long as he can. With the Vikings down 5-0.
Chrisman way up in the box.
And he swings and fouls this one. Boy, he barely got the barrel on that. He was way out in front.
Yeah, a little off-speed curveball there. Not quite sure. Yeah, totally got Chrisman swinging there. Low and away. Barely managed to foul it off. Staying alive here.
The 1-2 pitch coming. He swings and misses. The ball gets away, though, on the drop third strike. Throw down a first, will not get him. The runner comes home. And Erickson scores. So Chrisman reaches on the drop third strike. And it is 6-0 Maple Mountain running away with it here.
So is that an RBI drop third strike?
I believe that is. It's the weirdest thing you'll see in the scorebook, but it is.
So
Chrisman struck
finds a
out.
way.
Chrisman struck out, but he reaches on the drop third strike, which goes down as an error. So he reaches first on an error, and then behind the play, Erickson scored.
I mean, props to Maple Mountain again. Their aggressive base running is really showing itself here. It's how they put up 5 this inning. Nothing hit too hard. Lots of singles, couple errors, taking advantage.
6-0 Maple Mountain. 1-0 the count now on Mick Winward, the left fielder, in the pitch. Chrisman's going down to second. Throw there is not in time. Closer than I thought it was, but Chrisman swipes second. And now another runner in scoring position here. And if Johnson comes up to bat, that means the Eagles will have batted around here in the bottom of inning number 4. They've sent 8 men to the plate and potted 5. 1-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt again.
Missing with the off speed there.
2 balls and a strike here. You're right. Definitely missing with the off speeder stuff now. As it's just damage control stations for Viewmont trying to just hold it together. That one is a strike on the outer half, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And let's not forget, this has been a heck of a 2-out rally here for Maple Mountain as well. A lot of this has been over just with 2 outs, solid hitting, fairly conservative, but very well done.
2-2 pitch coming from Buttle. Runner goes, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. But the damage is finished. They chase Jack Owen, and then they pot 5. It is 6-0, the number 1 team in 5A, showing its muscle this afternoon at Miller Field.
This is apple cider vinegar from NutriCost. This is apple cider vinegar from another leading brand. NutriCost has 500 milligrams of apple cider vinegar. So does this other brand. NutriCost is third-party tested, non-GMO, and gluten-free. This other brand? Well, we're not sure. NutriCost is also available at a great price delivered right to your door. NutriCost has over 500 different products for health and wellness. NutriCost, only what you need.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the 5A Baseball State Tournament. Our coverage is presented by Tab Bank. And also thanks to the good folks at NutriCost for their sponsorship of KSL Sports Rewind. Alexander Timolip, Wilson Gustafson here. Wilson, well, Chase Johnston's back out there. 50 pitches he's thrown through 4 innings. This will be 51 leading off the top of inning number 5. He's also got 2 RBI singles on the day. I mean, and Viewmont has just had no answers for this offense.
I mean, here's the thing. This is major league efficiency right here, genuinely. Like 50 pitches through 4. I mean, you usually don't want your guys going over 100. So he can go 8 at that sort of efficiency right there. Like, that is really, really impressive, beyond what you need at the high school level.
Leading off the Vikings, number 20, James Peterson.
And he is well in line to get his 11th win of the season and remain undefeated, as this one is golf foul down the right field line. Look out for the Spanish Fork Dons over there sitting on the permanent bleachers. That one crashes into the right field side, foul.
And if you're now with Johnson having plenty of space to work with here, I mean, he's got all the insurance you could need right now. So he's got to have all the confidence going into this inning.
I mean, he could have had a 2-0 lead and he could have still found a way. I mean, that's literally how good he has been right now. He could literally have been up 1 or 2-0 and he still probably could have found a way to be good. That's insane.
No, it's true.
1-1. This one is lifted in the air to right. Tracking back and making the catch on the run is the right fielder, Erickson. And there's 1 out. We'd like to remind you, coming up next is our nightcapper game. The 20th seed Spanish Fork Dons take on the 5th seeded Cypress Pirates. First pitch is scheduled for just after 8:15 p.m. here on the Rewind Sports Network. A little bit later than 8:15, but approximately 8:15 is expected to be our start time this evening. And a reminder, if Maple Mountain puts up 4 more runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, this game will end due to the 10-run rule. And Johnston gets a swing and a miss on that one. Clearly the batter went.
One thing I was going to mention to be on the lookout for is Johnson. Oh, did you just see that?
Whew, wow.
See the little timing mix-up right there? That was Johnny Cueto-esque.
He is in the zone right now when he's doing that.
Little mix-up in the windup. That's really impressive. High-level stuff.
1-2 pitch. Doesn't get the call this time. Going for his 11th strikeout of the game in just 4 1/3 innings pitched. He has been on a heater this afternoon. 2-2 pitch. Aloha! There is his 11th strikeout of the afternoon.
Another one gone.
And everyone,
After play number 17.
and even the Viewmont fans are just like, what do you do at this point? What do you do against this kid? First pitch on the way again. This one down low in the dirt, ball 1. I mean, he has been just everything Maple Mountain has advertised him to be and then some this afternoon. 1-0 pitch. That's high and away, 2-0.
This really is a clinic, honestly.
It is.
I mean, we've seen Johnson. He's doing a little bit of everything, right? He's been mixing up speeds, doing a really good job with that location, nailing inside, outside, off speed, everything you can ask for, and just keeping Viewmont stunned.
Pop up right side into foul territory. Chrisman's over there, makes the catch, and that's the end of the inning. Stop me if you heard this before. The Viewmont Vikings gone in order again. 11 strikeouts for Chase Johnston. Take a bow, young man. He is doing a work out there this afternoon. And Maple Mountain running away here at Miller Field. In Miller Field. Okay, let me try and see if I can pull this one. Johnston is so good. Chase Johnston's so good for Maple Mountain. He's giving us the shivers up here.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh,
A little Ed
my.
Sheeran reference for you right there. But, Wilson, it really is the truth. I mean, 11 strikeouts. He's retired his last 10 batters that you told me before. The last hit he gave up was that triple to Jack Owen.
I mean,
Viewmont has just had no answer for him.
no, 2 hits on the day is ridiculous. Crazy efficiency here from Johnson. Helping him out in the first round
And he's
here.
probably still only thrown just 60 pitches or so. That's
for
crazy.
Sure. And here's the thing too: if Johnson's able to go the distance here, imagine how he's saving arms for the rest of the tournament. Sets Maple Mountain up really nicely for the games to come.
But that also is the question, though, Wilson. I mean, outside of Chase Johnston, who clearly is the number 1 for Maple Mountain, they're going to need a lot of help from their pitching staff to get them through to the championship series because they've got to go through a lot of teams that have a lot of power in their lineup. As this is lofted in the air to center. Center fielder trying to shield his eyes, and he does make the squeeze this time on Reese Johnson for the first out.
Yeah, Johnson just got a little bit under it there, hung that curveball, but wasn't quite able to line that thing out like you wanted to.
So here comes Jeremiah Hall, the third baseman, with one out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Again, if Maple Mountain puts across 4 more runs, they will run rule the Vikings as this one is smoked through the right side for a base hit on the first pitch. And look who's up to bat here.
After play number 17.
The man himself.
Chase Johnston wearing the black Nikes, of course. 11 strikeouts, 2 RBIs, 2 singles on 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 3, or 2 for 2 rather, and he's got 11 strikeouts. An all-world performance in just the first game of the tournament for Chase Johnston. Here's the pitch. This one is in on the hands for a strike. Good pitch. Still pitching strong, though, Viewmont. Give them credit. They are pitching hard. And you know they're not going to go down without a fight here this afternoon at Miller Field.
No, sure. Been pretty impressed with Viewmont. And
there goes the runner down to second. High throw. And they got him. Cal Miller with another good play out there at short to pick off the runner.
It almost looked like he hesitated just a little bit on that jump. Nice by the catcher, though, able to gun him down.
About the only thing that's gone wrong for Maple Mountain this afternoon. 2-1 pitch. This one bounces up to the plate, about a 58-foot breaking ball. Into the glove of the catcher, Peterson. 3 balls and a strike now on Chase Johnston. 3-1 pitch on the way. This one is golfed off the end of the bat, but not with a lot of power, and it's caught by the second baseman. And that ends the inning. So Maple Mountain set down in order for the first time today. They still lead 6-0 and appear to be well in control here at Miller Field. Welcome back, everyone, to Miller Field here on the campus of BYU. Chase Johnston is... What more can you say about the kid? 60 pitches. He starts the 7th inning with pitch 61 coming up here, Wilson. Again, we have to reiterate, he's 2 for 3, 2 RBI singles, and on the mound, 5 innings strong, 2 hits allowed, no earned runs, and he has 11 strikeouts.
I mean, if we can run through his first inning, right? Strikeout, 2 singles, strikeout. Next inning, strikeout, a triple, strikeout. From there on out, he has not given up a hit. Along with that, 5 more strikeouts. Ridiculous efficiency here from Chase Johnston. No better way to put it there.
And he goes right back to work with a foul tip off of Beckham Smith. 1, 2, 3, the order, and as you would expect, nobody's in the bullpen for Maple Mountain.
No need.
No need at this point, as the Vikings running out of outs to get something going, and they're going to need it in a hurry.
Looking at the batters here, both the guy on deck and Smith here in the batter's box, everyone's choking up a lot, just trying to put the ball in play.
Like that, there's a grounder over to first. Chrisman will underhand to Johnson, and that's going to say they pulled him off. They're going to say the throw pulled him off the bag. And that's just the 3rd hit he's given up all afternoon.
I mean, it's a tricky play there, right? Pitcher's coming off the mound, trying to work his way up the line. But that stuff, the throw was just a little bit in front of Johnston, maybe. Close call there, close call. But a desperately needed base runner there for Viewmont.
They're actually going to score that as an error. I thought that we were going to score that as a base hit. Elias Cully now lost one in the air to left. This one is right at the left fielder, though, and it is squeezed for a loud out number 1.
No issues with the sun on that one.
I mean, that was directly at the left fielder, Mick Winward. He didn't even have to move to get that ball.
Also, I'm sensing a theme here on Viewmont with a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow batting gloves,
a lot of yellow
cleats,
yeah.
yellow.
Well, it's their school color. I mean, it is their school color. School color is yellow.
Yeah, are they yellow, red, and black?
I believe it's technically it's yellow. I'm not sure, but I think it's yellow, white, and black, and something of a reddish color. I don't know what the heck it is. Maybe burgundy. I don't know what it is, but
I mean, I'm a fan. Like it looks cool.
It does. 1-1 the count here. 1 runner on. This one is tap foul to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnston going for strikeout number 12 this afternoon, in addition to his 2 for 3 day in the batter's box. Here in the top half of inning number 6. Viewmont trying to get something against Chase Johnston. 1-2 pitch. Just missed the corner.
Ooh.
2-2.
Didn't miss by much there.
Sure didn't. He's been close a lot this afternoon, Chase Johnston. 2-2 pitch. And this time he just wastes one out of the zone, so the count goes full. So Johnston, who has not issued a walk all afternoon, in danger of issuing his first.
So not too concerning here, just a runner on first, but a first and second jam isn't ideal.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 12 strikeouts for Chase Johnston.
And that's huge there, right? Got him with the off speed. The confidence to throw the off speed when you're high in the count is really something that needs to be spoken for, because he has the confidence to throw that ball in a high leverage situation, able to get that clutch strike out there to bring up 2 outs.
Johnston's check throw over to first is not in time. That's the first base runner he's allowed, Wilson, like you said, in his last 11 batters. Prior to that, he had retired 11 in a row.
Strikeout number 12 there as well.
That one's up high, ball 1. And he now has 110 strikeouts on the season. Whew. In addition to, like we said, his 2 RBI singles. 1-0 pitch. And this time had to pick it up off the carpet. 2 balls and no strikes. So maybe just a little bit of fatigue setting in here for Johnston. This is by far the longest inning he's had in terms of pitch count. He was averaging about 10 an inning, but he's probably approaching about 10 or 15 here in this inning. 2-0 pitch. That doesn't get the call again.
Looks good there, right?
Looked good.
Right on that outside. It brings up a 3-0 count here for Johnston.
And now no one in the bullpen, so a little bit concerning here for Jeremy Thomas. 3-0 pitch on the way. And it's in the dirt, ball 4. So that's the first walk he's issued on a 4-pitch free pass. And Aiden Groves now steps up to the plate. And if he's able to get a good swing into the gap, this one might not be over just yet.
Sure, got a runner in scoring position here. Could be big.
Just the second time they've had a runner in scoring position today for the Viewmont Vikings. Or the third time, rather. Because they had, the last time they had Jack Owen at third, but they couldn't bring him home, and that was a scoreless game.
True.
And then look what happened. Maple Mountain just erupted. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Looks like Johnston is fighting back here. A vicious 0-2 count, just like that. Back-to-back fastballs. Will he go off speed?
I bet you he goes fastball low and away here. Or maybe something in on the hands. One more time. To try to get lucky number 13 strikeout. I should say get strikeout number 13, lucky number 13.
13 through 6 would be a ridiculous outing.
Yeah, in addition to those 2 RBI singles, it makes it even more ridiculous. We're ready. The 0-2 pitch. And this is down in the dirt. So I was right. Something down and away was in order.
Yeah, I've just missed there, though. Still a little low.
Spanish Fork fans and players starting to file in. A lot of red and black here in the stands here tonight. It's going to be loud here inside Miller Park. 1-2 pitch. Doesn't get the call. I think the catcher had to go pick that up off the carpet. Thomas framed it like he wanted it, but home plate umpire wasn't having it.
Sure, you heard a little noise there from the Maple Mountain dugout as well. Everyone really wanted it. Catcher walked it off. Wasn't quite there.
Two-two pitch. Deuces wild. Foul. And that one actually hits up onto the roof, onto the tarp over here. So that's cue for our Riverton Chevy Riverton Chevy roof ringer.
I don't think we had one of those last game.
We did. We just had an extra one because we didn't get to the first one.
Oh,
because
that's
it was.
right.
But this is the first one we've had in this game. Anyway, here's the 2-2 pitch. Aloha. Goodbye. Lucky number 13 for Chase Johnston.
And the Vikings.
What a day he's had. 13 strikeouts, 1 walk allowed. No runners. And we are in the middle of the 6th inning. It's all Maple Mountain this afternoon, 6-0. The defending champs in front. Well, the defending champs showing you why they are the defending champs. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alexander Tumulp alongside Wilson Gustafson. It is now time for our Riverton Chevy random roof ringer. Thank you to Riverton Chevy for your sponsorship of KSL Sports Rewind. All right, say something.
I mean, what else is there to say besides Chase Johnston, man? He's doing everything he can. Maple Mountain, I mean, they have a couple underrated aspects of their game, right? Some really aggressive base running. They've been all over the base paths today, making the most of the offense that they've had. But honestly, the lights-out pitching and defense has been the story of the game so far, and I expect that to continue.
8, 9, and 1 in the order. Sawyer Leifson to lead off proceedings here for the Golden Eagles, and he takes strike 1 at the letters. You fumbled the bag, by the way. I told you it was time for the roof ringer, and you totally fumbled it.
Oh, my gosh. That is on me. I got one locked and loaded here whenever you're ready for it, though.
Okay, thank you. Ground ball up the third base line. Good stab there. Long throw over to first, and what a play.
That's a great play there for the third
Elias
baseman.
Cully throws him out.
Looked Nolan Arenado-esque over there.
On a backhand stab and sling down over to first base. All right, you have the floor.
Here it is. So, the Yankees are often given credit as the first MLB team to have numbers in the back of their jerseys, but it was actually the Cleveland Indians, the first team to ever wear numbers in the back of their jerseys, which began on April 16th, 1929.
Wow.
The Yankees debuted theirs a day later on April 17th.
17th. I think we did have that roof ringer factoid last year, as this one is hit on the ground and just short. That's a base hit. As Hayden Hyatt reaches on a base knock for the 9th hit of the afternoon for Maple Mountain. I think we had a random factoid like that last year, Wilson, if I remember correctly. We were talking about when the introduction of numbers were actually done.
I mean, that's
But
what
it wasn't actually until the 20s that they actually went full time, because it was rare for all the teams to have numbers on the back of their jerseys. In fact, it was 1907 when numbers were on the backs, but it wasn't until the 20s, I think, that they went full time, if I remember correctly.
Well, I mean, and that's just something that's interesting, too, about baseball as a whole, is just because it's a game that goes back so far into our pastime that, like, I mean, you can see how it developed from literally just, like, it developed from a wartime game to the professional sport we know it as now. But it had a long developmental history.
It is crazy to think about that it has had such a long developmental history. I mean, you look at the Braves' history especially. Or, I mean, even the Dodgers' history, that extends back past the days when they were in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have teams that go back to, like, the 1870s.
Yeah, and that one is golfed foul over into Helaman Halls. Look out, everybody. That one goes into the parking lot back there. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on A.J. Thomas. Cole Erickson will follow him. And again, if Maple Mountain puts up 4 more runs in this inning, it will end due to the run rule. Our next game between Cypress and Spanish Fork is expected now to start at approximately 8:30 local time here in Provo. There will still be a lot of sun. I mean, it is still high and bright out here at Miller Field.
Yeah, even at 7:45, it isn't even completely all the way below the tarp over here. Still causing fits for some of our outfielders. If you look in left field there.
Yeah, the outfielders are having real trouble. You see all 3 of them now shading their eyes on any part of the field. This one is tapped in front of the mound, charging and making the play, and no one is going to be able to make the play. It was going to be a tough play anyway for Cully to try to gun down the runner going to first, and now there's 2 on here with still only 1 out, and now the potential game-winning run rule, and now the potential mercy rule inducing run is now in the on-deck circle in the person of Cy Chrisman. Stop me, you heard that before. The 10th hit of the afternoon for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, just keep adding insult to injury.
And now we have a balk.
The umpires should be looking for
And
that a
now
lot
we have
today.
the third balk. That's the third balk we've had this afternoon, and everybody moves up a bag. It doesn't appear Buttle was set before he went into his motion. And so now everybody moves up a bag. Pitch on the way, and it bounces up to the plate. Again, the winner moves on to tomorrow night's game at 7:30. Loser will play tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Certainly can't fault Viewmont for their effort. They just ran into a buzzsaw here this afternoon. I mean, they've just been shut down by Chase Johnston in every form you can imagine.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like what Johnson did today to Viewmont is what he can do to really any team. He's just such a hard guy to hit, a hard-throwing lefty, nasty off-speed, great movement. Like, that's, you really can't knock Viewmont. It's just a credit to him.
The 2-0 pitch. And now it's up high, 3 balls and a strike. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to pitch around Cole Erickson, but Cy Chrisman is on deck next.
It's true. There's really not much you can do here. You want to try and bring it to him because if you face Chris with the bases loaded, I mean, that's one of the least favorable situations in all the state of Utah.
Taking all the way, strike 1.
Yeah, no way he was swinging on that.
And Cole Erickson, by the way, Erickson does represent the 9th run. Chrisman now would represent the mercy rule inducing run, as I said earlier. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good changeup right there from Buttle. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out.
Yeah, props him for fighting back down from 3-0, down up to 3-2 with a chance to sit him down here. Going to 2 outs here against Chrisman.
Three-two pitch. Ball 4.
Battle back just missing that last one. It's always a little frustrating.
And oh boy, here comes number 12. This is Danger Will Robinson.
Number 12, Cy Chrisman.
It would be quite the fitting end if Cy Chrisman, who's missed on those 2 foul balls earlier, for him to hit a walk-off mercy rule grand slam.
I mean, he's due.
Wouldn't that be something?
He's due 0 for 3 today. An RBI strikeout his last at bat. It would be quite fitting for him to take one deep here.
He would be one of the few Maple Mountain players not to join the party this afternoon. I mean, the star player has been held down largely. 17 home runs, but nothing so far today. 0 for 3. 0-1 pitch. High fly ball, deep left center field. Goodbye, good night, game over.
How fitting. How fitting. Walk it off, Cy. Walk it off, brother.
A walk-off mercy rule grand slam. You heard it here first, folks. I called it.
And that's the ball game of the Viewmont Vikings 0 and the Mountain.
The defending champs. The defending champs smash the Viewmont Vikings 10-0. I mean, Wilson, you can't script it any better than that.
You really can't. I mean, bases loaded there. What are the odds? Cy Chrisman comes up, takes one deep, and that's 2 games now with back-to-back walk-off home runs. 2 very different game situations. But ended with a bomb nonetheless. You'd love to see it, capping off a gem as well from Johnston.
That ball was absolutely destroyed.
And that was
to almost
deep
dead
center.
Field. Wow.
My goodness.
And the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, the defending champs, looking every part of a team that could run it back in 5A in 2025. It's time now for our Tab Bank Player of the Game. I mean, we have to go with number 17, Chase Johnston. And folks, if you have not seen his performance today, you need to go back and watch it, because you are watching a Gatorade Player of the Year performance on the mound and on the batter's box today. He was incredible.
I mean, it's true. 13 strikeouts through 6 innings, only 2 hits, with 2 errors mixed in there too. I mean, what an impressive performance here. I believe he had 1 walk, but 13 strikeouts is ridiculous. Crazy efficiency. I mean, he could have got another for sure and close out the game if need be, but they didn't even need it. Crispin made sure of that, but props to him. He's going to be a player to watch. I mean, that's a dangerous combo right there. A double-edged sword of Cy Crispin and Chase Johnston to watch throughout the rest of this tournament.
The complete game win for Chase Johnston, 11 or 13 strikeouts, complete game, 6-inning shutout. But Cy Crispin steals the show with that walk-off grand slam as the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles open their title defense with a 10-0 run rule win. Wilson, now we look forward to the nightcap game of our quadruple header, Cypress taking on Spanish Fort. Let's give a bit of a preview. Spanish Fort comes in hot. They came in off an upset win in the Super Regionals over the Alta Hawks, who a lot of people thought could be a dark horse team to get to the finals. And then Cypress was the only 5A team to go to 3 games in the Super Regionals. I'm telling you, looking at that matchup, Spanish Fork, that's a dangerous team right now, coming off that win over Alta and a sweep, no less.
I mean, it's true, right? I mean, we've talked about this whole time. Momentum is huge because you got to think this is a tournament, right? It's not just a game. It's not just a series. It's a tournament. So Spanish Fork coming in with a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger, and a big crowd to back them up. I mean, that can do wonders here in the playoffs.
There will be a huge contingent of Spanish Fork fans. The good news is we still got 45 minutes left to that game, so we better buckle up and get ready for it.
Yep, can't wait. Can't wait for that first pitch, man.
Cypress Spanish Fork coming up in about 45 minutes from now. We'd like to thank you for watching this presentation of the Rewind Sports Network. For more UHSAA Spring Sports Championship coverage, flip over now to other channels on KSLSports.com for full coverage of Championship Week. Until we meet again, folks, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for our